So you've been feeling very tired these days and you feel like you have no time to do anything right now. I know. We live very busy lives in this world. Now tell me, how many times have you unlocked your phone today? How much is it? 100 times? 150? Maybe 200? Or maybe even more? Imagine if you could put all of this time together and use it to do the daily tasks you need to do every day, and then you would get to relax for the rest of the day because you did not procrastinate. This is why you need to start implementing productivity tactics. Those are simple and effective methods that, once applied, will allow you to increase not only your work capacity, but also the quality of it. The amount of work and its quality that you put in will determine exactly how much free time you have to do other stuff. So don't let anyone else tell you that you're taking life too seriously, because discipline brings freedom. With that being said, here are 3 tactics that I use on a daily basis to be more productive. Let's get right into it. Number 1, having a schedule. I remember starting my first year of uni and I had my very first finals coming up and I was all over the place. Now I need to study this subject and then I will study that one and then I will study that one and right after that I will study that subject. Very quickly I got burnt out and without realizing it, my hand would start reaching for my phone.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it.
As the exam started approaching, I started freaking out. I was exhausted, but I still had a mountain of study material that I hadn't even touched yet. But I was so exhausted mentally that I couldn't even sit down for 10 minutes and work. So I would get on my phone, start scrolling on Instagram while thinking about the work I'm not doing. How do you actually expect to learn like that? That is when I quickly understood the importance of scheduling your tasks. And on days when I need to go turbo mode, there is this one app that I use that is overpowered, but that nobody seems to be talking about. The Notes app. Now you may think, what are you even talking about? This is just a Notes app, like you just write down stuff on it. But let me show you exactly how you can use it to your benefit. I will preach this as long as it takes. Consistency is what matters the most in achieving anything. So for each task that you have to do, you will write it down with a specific time window and a specific amount of time. It is up to you to judge how long this task should take and at what time, but you must do it at the exact time you decided. Breaking down the subject into specific tasks that you have to accomplish, and you will tick each of them and respect their allocated time. Now at first, you may be late in doing a task, and you may underestimate or overestimate how long it takes to complete the task. However, as you get better at doing this and you practice it more and more, you will be able to gauge more effectively how much time needs to be allocated for each task. So you will be leveling up your organizational skill as you practice it. Once you start getting really good at this, on days when you need to work a ton and do a lot of stuff, then you can start scheduling not only your daily tasks, but also what you do in between. So for example, you can allocate 1 hour for lunchtime in between studying subject A and B. You will respect the time schedule, which will allow you to not delay the following task and to actually get everything done in the time window that you allocated to yourself. Sometimes it may happen that you have very big time windows between task A and task B. Try to incorporate some other side quests that may occur throughout the day. I don't know, for example, if you live with your parents, maybe you need to defrost the chicken, I don't know man, maybe you need to do some laundry, but try to put these side quests that could distract you from your main quest, and do them as quickly as possible, as early in the day, so that they don't interfere with the rest of the day, and that you can finally relax once it's the evening, once it's night. Next up, the 2-minute rule. This is a super secret technique that has been passed down through my family for generations, and I'm willing to share with you. Nah, I'm just messing with you. I just read it in the book called Atomic Habits. The 2-minute rule states that when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. You will find that nearly any habit can be scaled down into a 2-minute version. Now, this is great and all for building new habits, but we can utilize this very same rule for doing tasks in our daily lives that we do not necessarily want to do, but that we should do. As James Clear, the author of the book, explained, our brain is more likely to do harder habits, harder work, if we remove any friction, if we remove any walls or obstacles that block us from doing this task. Imagine you're laying in bed and you have to go work out, but you really don't want to do it. Instead of telling yourself, just get up and go to the gym, tell yourself, just get up and put on your training clothes. Once you do that, you will actually find that it will be much easier to bring yourself to actually go to the gym and do the workout. This is a technique that I use all the time, and I've been using it so much that at this point I find it funny how I just tell myself, okay, just do this for 2 minutes. I really simplify the task that I need to do, and it just almost like automatic. I just go get up and actually do it. Let me know in the comments if you knew about this rule, because it's damn good. Number 3, the flow state. The flow state is basically the state of absolute concentration on one specific task. For my anime fans out there, if you've seen Kuroko no Basket, then that's the zone. It's pretty much a state where you kind of go like Super Saiyan. I'm planning on making a separate video on this, but to keep it short, to get into a flow state, remove any distractions such as phone notifications. Actually, man, just you throw that shit out. Once you start working on your task, it will take a few minutes for your mind to get used to it, because just like a muscle, it needs to warm up and ease into it. But once you reach that state of flow, you will be 10 times more productive. The more you do this, the easier it will be to get into a flow state. As I was writing the script for this video, I didn't really know what to write and how to begin, but as my mind eased up and I started getting into a flow state, thoughts just started rushing into my head and typing was super easy. And there you have it. These are free productivity tactics that I apply. If you believe that this is going way overboard and that this seems like way too much for you, that's fine, man. In that case, don't complain when you get to bed at 2 a.m. and suddenly remember that you haven't done a really important task once you're in bed and start anxiously thinking about it. Stay strong, brothers, and keep pushing.